Shalom, Israel. Just wanted to do this video, talk to y'all about the spirit of a gossiper. The spirit of a gossiper is something that a lot of men in this truth seem to happen to have. A lot of men that claim that they're Israel, claim that they're in this truth, but they can't stop talking about matters that don't concern them. You know, the scriptures say meddle not in many matters. It doesn't say meddle not in another man's affairs, but it practically means the same thing. Don't meddle, don't worry and deal with many matters. You know, and the many matters is really talking about matters that are of no consequence to you. You know, I don't listen. I don't care if another man's beard is marred up. I don't care if another man has a garment with mingled fabrics. These are not things that are consequential to me. You know, I think a lot of times brothers get too caught up in what other men are doing. You know, and that's what the problem is. That's what's always been my problem in this truth. And honestly, I was one of them too. I was one of the main ones sitting here trying to like worried about what other men do with their lives and shit. You know, it's not for me. As long as it's not hurting me directly or of any consequence to me, I don't care, man. It's one of those things where we don't really get paid to care. Like, you know, just live, just walk in this truth. You know, correct the brother if he goes off, but don't make it a personal thing. Like, niggas get mad over shit in this faith that just be stupid shit to get mad about. You know, it's just not worth it, man. It's just not worth it. No more gossiping. You know, and another thing too is when two brothers are speaking, you know, I notice a lot of times I'll get a phone call where brothers will really be talking about other men to me. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't give a fuck what they're doing. Let them live. Is what you're doing, gossiping to me about another man, gonna make that man repent or do something better with his life? Or are you just being a fucking busybody and wanting to gossip and shit? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way a lot of men are, man. They gossipy. They meddle in many affairs, man. They meddle in many affairs. They're worried about things that don't really concern them. Like, there was a rap lyric that Jay-Z said, which is probably an old saying in the hood, not just Jay-Z, but it says, "What you eat don't make me shit." And that's the way I approach life. What you eat passes through your digestive system and makes you shit. Not me. So if they don't worry, like, oh, another thing that kills me when men be like, "Oh, you're not on fire for this truth." Nigga, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like all that talking about men not being on fire. How the fuck do you know what the hell's going on in my personal life? Or are you gauging how on fire I am based on my video output? Because either way, you're still fucking up. You know, I don't, like, brothers don't need to look at each other's YouTubes and make sure that they're uploading. Like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about what you post as long as you're not posting false doctrines and shit like that. Then we got a problem. But I'm not gonna sit here and be all in your business and worry about you and what you're uploading. Again, teach the right doctrine, and that's all I care about. I'm not sitting here saying, "You're not posting enough videos. You're not on fire." How the fuck you know what I'm on? That's the thing with men. Like, we worry about each other too much, man. It's one thing to love one another, and it's another thing to be that worried about things that are not your fucking business. You know, but with that, you know, I hope that I've woken up somebody to this. But if I didn't, you know, whatever. A lot of y'all won't listen anyway. A lot of brothers. One thing I noticed, you can make all the sense in the world, but if you're not, if your name isn't a certain name, or you're not associated with a certain camp, automatically people don't listen. They don't want to listen to what you have to say. But you can make all the sense in the world. That's why me personally, man, when I'm out there, I don't give a fuck if it's a Jewish person, a Catholic person. If they have something to say, a message or anything that's beneficial to me or makes me grow, I don't give a fuck who it's coming from. I don't care. You could be a Satan worshiper. If you say something, you know, because like they say, a broken clock is right at least twice a day. That's what it is, man. Like, you know, you might have somebody whose doctrine is all fucked up, but they might have one principle in that doctrine that will make sense. Like, okay, all right, I can use this for the doctrine that I'm dealing with. You know, like you don't think I use a lot of things I learned in Pan-Africanism when I teach the truth? I learned a lot of shit when I was a Pan-African. You know, I don't care who the knowledge comes from. So hopefully y'all brothers out there take heed to what I'm saying. Don't be gossip mongering. Don't make videos discuss. If you're going into who the man's fucking or things like that, you're going into too much. If you're going into brother's personal business, you're going into too much. That's it. Because, you know, one thing I notice, a lot of brothers, especially brothers that are preoccupied doing videos about other brothers, one thing I notice is that they always add, just to make it a worse video, just to make it harsher on the brother that they're quote unquote exposing. One thing I notice is that they always like to throw in personal shit just to make it sound worse. Just to make the brother sound like even more of an asshole, or just try to do more damage to his reputation. That's one thing I noticed with Israel, man. Like, stop being assholes like that, man. You know, if you got to be firm, be firm. You know what I'm saying? But don't be one of the motherfucking assholes that be fucking sitting here worried about a brother's personal fucking business. All right? But with that, I'm gonna say shalom.